Well, hello everyone. I thought I'd put on my goth cuffs today. Aren't they beautiful? I used to sell these years ago, actually, in the Etsy store, and they're made of black lace and velvet. So, I'm going to be using Curiosity. And this is a brand new set. And it consists of a book and a mat and cards and charms. Now I'll show you just how simple Curiosity is. So let me just straighten this up, make sure I am all in view. And when you get a new deck of cards, this is how I like to mix them up. And it doesn't matter whether you use my cards or any deck of cards, I've always found to mix them up like so, just so you don't have them all stuck in their numerical order. So even if you get a tarot deck or an oracle card deck, I mix them up the same way. And a little hint and a tip, if you ever get a deck with gilt edges, because I've heard so many people say, I hate gilt edges because the cards get wrecked. The trick, if you have a card deck and it's got gold or silver or whatever gilt edges, you take the new deck, and this is just a trick, and you bend it that way, and you fan, and you turn it over, and you fan, then you bring it back together, and then you do the same if it's sideways, and you fan, and you turn over, and you fan. And that's how you undo or separate a gilded deck. Just a little useless tip about nothing. So, Curiosity is a system that I created several years ago now, and it's when I used to read in a restaurant, and it used to be Dinner with the Psychics. And I needed something that gave really accurate but really fast answers to the patrons, because we used to only get about 10 or 15 minutes per person, so it wasn't a great deal of time that we had per customer. So this is what I came up with, and my brain's always working in a very creative way. And so Curiosity was born, and it's based upon dice reading, charm casting, and also traditional card chaining. Now, the charm kits that you get in these, there's 18 charms, 18 cards, and the symbols on the mat are what you call houses. And they are all the same. So we have a bat on the mat, a bat in the card, and bat as in the charm. So you also get the 3 dice, and I'll explain what they're used for shortly. So when we are using this system, we actually lay our cards face down. Now, I'm a card flipper, not a turner. And you can either choose to lay them out in numerical order like so, or I always like to just lay them out random. So you're going random, then you're getting another form of a shuffle, I suppose. Now, with Curiosity, all you have to remember is the colours of the rows. So Alice here has red, green and blue. And each card space is numbered 1 to 6. So we've got red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, green to 6, blue to 6. And they are the things that we are using for card chaining. So there's a few different ways you can use this system, and when you buy this system, in the front of the book there's a QR code that takes you to your very own private YouTube scan or a QR code, where I've done a whole video on how to use this and some of the easiest ways and different ways you can use it. So I'm just using it in its traditional form that I created it, so I'm going to pretend you are the patron in the restaurant. Now the dice, we throw the dice and we add up the dice, and this is our traditional starting point. So we've got 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are starting in position 11. So we've got 6, 12, 18, so 11 is here. Now I'm going to choose a topic, and I'm going to choose a topic of a young person who's in college, and she's wondering about how she's going to go with her studies. So let's have a look at how she is progressing with her studies. So we turn over that first card. So we've got the house, which is green 5, and we've got the scales, which is green 6. So when we are reading these, we are reading the two in combination with each other. The house is the home, the security, but the foundation, because we're talking about her studies. And the scales there is about balance, equality, and things on a level playing field. So when I look at those two, it would tell me she needs to balance more about her studies of what she's doing at home in the after hours. So is she overdoing things? She probably is, very studious. But there would tell me, though, she does need to work out a bit better life balance between her home and leisure life and also the study life. So this top card tells us the next position that we go to, which is green 6. So we go here, because we're in the green row, and we've got number 6. So the bat there tells me she's a very, very smart young lady. It does tell me very clever, which tells me she will do extremely well in her studies, providing she works out the balance and doesn't overload herself in one way or another. So the bat card now tells us the next position we go to. So it's red, number 6. So in the red row, number 6. We've got the tower, which is the college itself or the university. And so tower and bat, again, very smart lady. The tower would tell me in her long-term career goals, because tower is a career card, would tell me she will achieve actually very well in her studies, but she will achieve very well in the chosen field and the career she's looking into. So next position is red 1. So over here we go. And the key tells me there's something that she needs to open up within herself to assist on this path to her studies and to further her career. So we're at blue, number 4. So we go to blue row, number 4. See how easy it is? It's almost like connect the dot drawings, like when you're a child. You see the picture coming up. We've got the heart on the key. Beautiful card, because it tells me she's actually loving and doing what she's chosen to study with great passion. So it does mean something that is very dear to her heart, but something that she's very passionate about. So heart is good with key. So green row, number 3. So green row, number 3. And we've got the house again, which comes back to where we started. So the house and the heart. Study what she's loving, feel grounded and secure in what she's doing and where she's heading. Now, when we come back to where we started, that means we've finished the chain. And it means, though, we can't continue any further because we've already chosen the cards that were meant to be for this answer. So these cards turned over tell me, if I was writing the sentence, she needs to work out a little bit better life balance between home life, leisure life, study life. She will achieve very well because she's passionate about what she's doing, and with that passion, she will always achieve great success in what she's doing. So all these cards that didn't turn over mean we don't need them to turn over. And the hardest part for you to know is don't be tempted to turn them over either, because it means they are not relevant to the question that we asked. So the charms here, they actually will give us just that little bit more information. So we layering, it's a bit like when you're adding, making a cake and you go cake, cream, jam or jelly and more sweeteners and chocolate and then more cake cream and so on. So think of these as the cream on top. So you can choose anywhere you like, or you could choose one section if you wanted to look. Like I look here about the key on the tower, and I can draw some charms there about what are some of the things she can do to help make these doorways open faster for her. She's got bat, which still tells me, though, she's got a lot of untapped smart intelligence, probably a lot more there than she's really tapping into. Again, she's got the key and the tower. How interesting that we've got key and tower on key and tower, which still means she will do extremely well in her studies. So I hope that helps you understand curiosity. It's a great system that involves all cards and charms and mats and dice and casting. And it's a bit like a cake, layer upon layer and finishing with the cream on top. So there you have curiosity. It is a wonderful small kit, which I've made it purposely. These are in the mini cards, and the mini cards here, the beauty is they all fold up very, very small, and the mat folds up really, really small. It's washable and it's stretchable, and you'll also notice we don't have to iron it. So we have cards, our mat, and our charms all fit in the palm of your hand. Thanks for listening.